Welcome to your ATV News. I'm Eric Jungblut.
And I'm Jenna Lynn.
Logan has been ranked the safest metro city in the nation.
But is that including Utah State University? We sent out our Marie Titza to see if the school is as safe as the city.
Logan, Utah has made national news before, with some being a little less exciting than others.
We report all of that to the FBI, major crimes. They don't want to know about the little stuff, they just want to know about the bigger things.
Bigger things meaning type 1 crimes, like murder, rape, robbery, burglary, and aggravated assault. Because Logan has the fewest number of type 1 crimes, it has been ranked the safest metro city in the nation.
We've been number one. I think one year we dropped to 4 or 5, and then we were second, but I think this might be about the third or fourth time we've been ranked the safest.
And USU statistics prove that to be true until you compare forcible sex offenses from the Campus Crime Awareness and Security Report to the campus brochure. The numbers just don't match up.
This is a small town. This is, a safe university. These are my friends we're talking about. These are the people I spend all the time on campus with. They want to believe that everything is just safe and sound. And for the most part, people are safe, but we do have to remember that just because we have a good reputation doesn't mean that things aren't going on our campus.
Do you feel safer walking on a college campus than you do walking on the streets of Logan?
Depending on what is considered assault or even burglary depends on how it is reported. Officers say different crimes are popular every year.
A year or two ago, we seem to be doing a lot with controlled substances, drugs, and stuff like that. Years passed, and we've had more sexual assaults than other years.
Which is exactly why USU police offer many resources for students online. Marie Titza, ATV News.
If you're interested in more information about USU crime statistics, visit dps.usu.edu/police. Eric?
If you attended USU last year, you may remember the vote for the new Student Recreation Center. We have your update on the latest news for it. Utah legislators met earlier this month and approved the building of the new Recreation Center, or Aggie Health and Wellness Center. The project, formerly known as the Aggie Recreation Center, or ARC, will break ground in the fall of 2013 and is projected to be completed by the fall of 2014. The new Health and Wellness Center will be located on the field east of the Hyper Building and will have the field house to the south and access to the Legacy Fields to the north. This is an early concept art of the building, so things could change. The center will have more gyms than the Hyper, a swimming pool, rock wall, and a cafe. The building is being built just for recreational activities, so classes will not be held inside. The project is being funded by students, but don't worry, the money won't be coming out of your fees just yet.
The fee increase will be $30 to build the Aggie Life and Wellness Center, and that won't start until it's actually being in use. So students won't start paying those fees until it's actually open for students to use. So it's nice, so us students who kind of won't reap the benefits of the Aggie Life and Wellness Center won't have to pay for it to be built. The students who are going to be using it will be the ones who pay for it.
Want more information? You can check out the Health and Wellness Center at www.usu.edu/AggieRecCenter. Jenna?
Last week, 3 beavers were rescued from the diesel leak at Willard Bay. Now wildlife vets are treating 3 more beavers that were covered in oily fuel. Katrina Warburton shows you the beavers' arrival at Ogden Wildlife Rehabilitation Center.
A new arrival at the Wildlife Rehab Center to be unwrapped and found covered in diesel fuel. These beavers were found in a wetland area at Willard Bay, and he had the task of getting them out of their lodge and here to the rehab center, which took some time.
Probably about 3 to 4 hours of digging. We had to break the lodge down, basically stick by stick.
These beavers were the first to arrive from Willard Bay last week, and so far, treatment is going well.
Each passing day they're getting progressively better, and so we're feeling pretty confident at this point that they will recover.
But that may not be the case for these new arrivals.
I know, little one. She didn't look good at all. And based on the number of days of contact with the fuel, I would say they're going to be our worst victims.
It's completely vacant here at Willard Bay, except for the crews that are working on getting rid of the fuel or doing tests on the area. And because of the quick response, there's been very few problems or issues with a lot of the wildlife here.
The impacts to wildlife seem to be fairly minimal at this point, but we're continuing to watch it.
The fuel leak was noticed at Willard Bay last week, and it's estimated that over 27,000 gallons of diesel was spilled, but it's believed that the Beavers' dams blocked almost all of it from the bay.
Yeah, the Beavers are definitely the heroes. They protected some pretty critical habitat from some serious damage.
So now there's hope that these beavers can keep progressing and there won't be any more new wildlife arrivals. Katrina Warburton, ATV News.
The Wildlife Rehabilitation Center needs volunteers or donations to help animals affected by the fuel leak. To lend a hand, you can go to www.wrcnu.org.
When we come back, an LDS women's group is pushing to hold the priesthood, but does everyone agree with them?
We'll show you what you told us after the break.
Can you sit with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now. No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. Seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic. To change the writing on the wall, writing on the wall. One book can make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first little thing that helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Professionalism. Duty. Service.
Integrity.
Honor.
Discipline.
One day I just looked up, I was about 8 years old, and I said, that's what I'm going to do with my life. I'm going to fly fighter jets for the Air Force. And I've been working towards it ever since.
Some LDS women are making waves with a petition they are passing around in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Tamara Bradley is live to tell us why this petition, or what this petition is about. Tamara?
Thanks, Eric. You guys have probably heard about the group of women who started back in December to create a day for women to wear pants to church. Well, that same group of women has started a new petition to general authorities, this time about General Conference.
We see many sisters serving in multiple callings.
Though women have spoken in general conferences of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, none have said the prayer during one of those meetings since they began in 1830.
Do you know, to be honest, I didn't notice that they hadn't until I heard it mentioned just this last couple of weeks.
Recently, a Let Women Pray Facebook page was created asking for people to write letters to general authorities of the church in a petition for a woman to pray in the upcoming General Conference.
They can keep covenants.
Other groups have started web pages for equal rights movements in the church, like Women Receiving the Priesthood. OrdainWomen.org is one of those. The blog says, quote, "We believe that the only way women will be able to have genuine equality and live up to this potential is by being able to be ordained to the priesthood." So what kind of an impact are groups like this having on students here at Utah State?
I think it's kind of silly, to be honest.
That's something that's always kind of been the guys' thing, and we have our own special parts in the church too.
Like, there's a lot of things that women have the privilege to do that men can't, and I can't change that. But I'm fine with it.
I think boys should do what they're supposed to do, and I think we should stick with what we're supposed to do and be good. I don't know.
Well, the last president of the church, President Gordon B. Hinckley, said that women do not hold the priesthood because the Lord has put it that way. However, Spencer W. Kimball said that it's permissible to say prayers, sisters to say prayers in any meeting they attend. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this General Conference. Back to you, Eric.
Thanks, Tamara. The upcoming conference will be held next week, April 6th and 7th.
It's Natural Resources Week, and the College of Natural Resources wants your attention, and what they've done to get it is amazing. With less than 500 students in the college, the Natural Resource Department is doing what they can to promote activities they've got planned for this week. They set up booths and to show students walking by what their college is all about. They even had a wolf there for students to pet. They sold tickets to their 5K and told students about what they do.
It's just like a mixture of science and wildlife, and like just having fun is basically what this week is about. And I just really want people to know we exist as a college because we're the smallest, and I feel like some people don't know we're here. So, yeah.
The week isn't over yet. Be sure to check the events calendar on usu.edu/calendar. The Student Health and Wellness Center has waves of USU students coming for physicals with the recent missionary age change for the LDS Church.
But if you're a sick student, this might mean longer lines. I went to find out what this means for your health.
All worthy and able young men who graduated from high school or its equivalent, regardless of where they live, will have the option of being recommended for missionary service beginning at the age of 18.
And with that announcement by LDS Church President Thomas Monson in October, students across Utah began making preparations to serve their missions. One such preparation students must make is to get a physical from a doctor. Because of this, the Student Health and Wellness Center on campus has seen an increase in the number of physicals given.
When the announcement came out, we thought that it probably would result in more mission physicals than it has in both men and women physical exams.
With the rise in the number of exams given, the Health and Wellness Center has had to adjust to fit the need.
Well, it's caused us to modify. It hasn't really hampered our service, but it's caused us to modify how we provide the service so that we've taken fewer appointments each day for walk-ins and turned those into mission complete physical kinds of exams.
Can serving a mission anywhere in the world for a religious institution affect wait time and quality service here?
We really try to minimize the impact for acute illness. We like to see acute illness same day, but if you've had a cold for 5 to 7 days, it might be yet an 8th day before we work you in if there's that latitude. But we really try to take care of acute illness on the same day basis and have been pretty successful in doing that.
Missionary leave of absences at USU have doubled for males and sextupled for females. But despite the influx of physicals, Davis said the Wellness Center will do its best to serve all on campus.
We hope to minimize any interference with our normal range of business, whether it be financial or timing or scheduling. And we really would appreciate feedback from the students if they notice that there seem to be problems that to them seem solvable. We'll certainly try to approach them.
Eric Jungblut, ATV News.
Davis said the Wellness Center expects to be hit financially by the expected drop in enrollment this fall, but the center is looking at ways to lessen the blow.
This week, the U.S. Supreme Court has heard arguments for the overturn of the 1996 Defense of Marriage Act, or DOMA, which was signed into law by then-President Bill Clinton. The law defines marriage as between a man and a woman and denies same-sex couples receiving federal marriage benefits. If the Supreme Court agrees with arguments for overturning DOMA, same-sex marriage advocates say there could be a landmark ruling by the end of June.
Telecommuting is a word we usually think is for businesses, meetings, or a job interview. But what about a rock band? ATV's Chris Garf and Brandon Fonda shows us how one band is changing things up.
Many of us telecommute for work. You work out of your home when your employer is in a different city. Well, a local band called Good Blood is doing the same thing. 3 members live in Logan, but Andrew Tolman lives in Provo, but is soon moving to Los Angeles with his other band, Moth to the Flame.
Our management is based in LA. We've been spending a lot of time in LA. We've been meeting with some producers in LA. We have some residencies coming up, so there's just a lot of things that were beneficial to the band, taking up a lot of time. And so it just felt right.
But when they can't be together, the 3 in Logan record their parts and then send it to Andrew, who completes the song with his drums.
We send music back and forth, like just song ideas, and Andrew will record some drums to it. And we hope to keep that going. And like Nate's got recording stuff at his house, so he records vocals. So we all can do the exact same thing, just via the internet.
Clint will write a lot of songs, Nate will write a lot of songs, they'll send them to me, I'll put drums on them, send them back.
A good thing for local fans who thought the band was ending when Andrew moves to LA.
I spread myself thin and then I let people down. He spreads himself thin and actually executes, it's awesome.
LA is an 11-hour drive, but Good Blood's music will keep on playing. Brandon Fonda, ATV News.
Andrew said he will still continue to come to Logan and play live shows for fans. To hear more of Good Blood's music, check their Facebook page, Good Blood. The weather has been getting warmer. ATV's Aaron Griffiths will show us if that's something that we can get used to. Are you as excited as I am about the warmer weather, Eric?
I really am. It's nice. There's people out there relaxing on the quad. The sun is shining. It's almost like I'm back home in Vegas this time of year.
Oh,
it's
love
beautiful. The current temperature in Logan is 62 degrees.
Did you win the iPad by filling out the library online survey? And it only took you 5 minutes? You can win an iPad too by filling out the library online survey. Let your voice be heard.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
Welcome back. Like I was saying before we left for the break, it is just beautiful outside right now. Seriously.
I'm loving it. I'm really hoping it sticks around.
Oh, me too.
Aaron, what's coming up over the weekend?
You know, guys, it's actually going to be pretty much the same this whole entire week. Great temperatures right now outside, and luckily for us, it's not going to go anywhere. Let's go ahead and take a look at this National Doppler radar right here. As you can see, there's quite a bit of precipitation that's off the west coast right now, coming on. There we go. I'm on the screen. How's it going, guys? Here we go. East Coast right now. There's actually a lot of cold temperatures back there. There's got some precipitation falling throughout Pennsylvania and New York State. And many of those clusters of eastern states back there. Right now, we've got wide open, nothing going on in our neck of the woods. A little bit out west of us in Nevada, and we may see a little bit of that moving on in a couple days, but probably not too much going there. If we go ahead and take a look at the national temperatures, you can see right now great temperatures throughout Utah and Idaho region where we're at. Like I said, cold temperatures throughout the East Coast, but really looking good for us here in Utah. Let's go ahead and look at something that's been affecting a lot of people, especially me right now. Not the precipitation. Let's go ahead and move past this one and talk about air pollen. Tree pollen right now is big. Elm is really big, but Utah is probably the worst in the entire state right now for air pollen. So hopefully we'll get some rain in the next little while that could probably push that away. But looking at the national areas right now for precipitation, there's this is kind of a cluster, shows areas that may be affected by precipitation, but the chances of that are not very likely. So it's looking good this weekend. Let's go ahead and take a look at our 5-day forecast. As you can see on Thursday, there's 65 degrees right now, today as a high on Thursday. Friday is a high of 65. Saturday, a high of 67 and a low of 43. And then Sunday for Easter, we're going to have a high of 67 and a low of 42. As we look at our Easter forecast, we've got 40 degrees starting off in the morning for your Easter egg hunts. So great temperatures, cloudy skies. Afternoon, we'll get up to a high of 67, so not quite 70, but we're getting there. And then evening, 42 degrees. So a great day for Sunday. Spend time with your family, have some Easter egg hunts. It's going to be great. So it should be a great weekend as far as weather's concerned, but I'm excited. Spring's finally here, guys.
Oh, I am loving it. I am loving that you can walk around campus and see
Sure.
people in t-shirts and shorts and be comfortable, and it's just great.
It's about time.
It really is.
Well, coming up in sports, Romney Stadium or the Spectrum?
Which team lit the A blue this year?
Are we still a basketball school? Courtney Robinson brings us more.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome to your ATV Sports. Courtney Robinson here, bringing you the latest action starting now. With another basketball season behind us and football season right around the corner, we here at ATV thought it would be interesting to see how people feel about the two sports. For the past 10 years, Utah State has been known across the country as a basketball school. But what happens when the football team starts gaining attention and steals the spotlight? Our Jason Borba brings you the story.
Football or basketball. With the recent success of the football team, USU could be making the transition from a basketball school to a football one.
I have seen a definite increase in football fans, and the same people that used to go to the Spectrum for a party are now heading over to Romney Stadium for it instead.
The move from the Spectrum to Romney can be attributed to the decline in Aggie basketball in the last year and to this man, Gary Anderson, who rebuilt the football program before bolting for Wisconsin. USU football has made a bowl game the last 2 seasons and came away with a victory in 2012.
Have had one mediocre season in how long? So I'd say we're still predominantly basketball, but we're transitioning to football with the success the football team is having, and I believe will continue to have.
Last year was not a typical season for USU basketball as the team struggled on the court, which led to a decline in attendance. It was once a difficult task getting to the Spectrum on game day, but now you can walk in right through the doors and find a seat, just like this one, readily available. Aggie football may be making its case to be the #1 sport at USU, but if the basketball team can get back on track, the school could be in an interesting situation.
If football continues to win and basketball continues to win, Utah State could be in a pretty unique situation where they are a dual school, you could say.
Jason Borba, ATV News.
So, what do you think? Basketball or football? We'll let you be the judge. Where were you when the streak ended? You're probably wondering what streak I'm talking about. The Miami Heat were chasing the longest winning streak in the NBA history of 33 straight games set by the Lakers in 1972. The Heat's 27-game winning streak ended in Chicago last night. LeBron's 32 points weren't enough, and the Bulls won 101-97. Out west, the Denver Nuggets' winning streak also ended. The Nuggets had won 15 straight games before losing to the Hornets on Monday night. There's still a lot of the season left, but the streaks these two teams had were helping them with the playoff seeding. The Heat are on top in the East, and the Nuggets are currently in 4th place in the West. When you think of Aggie athletics, you probably don't think of baseball, but last season the USU club team took 1st in the nation, and this season they are hungry for another championship. They are currently ranked 4th in the nation heading into this weekend's round of games. They will be taking on Weber State at the Providence Fields on Friday, so be sure to check out the Aggies and to support our nationally ranked team. So guys, have y'all been to any baseball games? Excuse me.
Haven't been to any for USU, but I'm excited about their season. They're not doing too well to start it off, I know, but I think they'll pick it up.
Hopefully so. It'll be interesting.
More excited for opening day. I'm a big White Sox fan, so can't wait to see them finally take the field.
Nice.
Thanks, Courtney. When we come back, I'll show you how USU is taking the trash out, but not in the way you'd think. Stay here on your ATV News.
That's low, that's low. That's low and blue. Look, he's blushing. Seriously.
Can you consent with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now.
No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite,
unearth hidden passion.
Come on, we'll have a good time.
Plant seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic.
To change the writing on the wall, writing on the wall.
One book can make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first little thing that helps to change a life.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Two outs with a runner on first base. Now the big guy comes up to bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 home runs.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Recycling bins. You've seen them around campus, but do you know how the recycling system works here at USU? I went to find out.
The recycling center for the university where all the paper and recycled materials come. Generally around campus you'll see 2 bins. You'll see one for paper and you'll see one for containers. Containers mean your bottles, your pop bottles, your soda cans, stuff like that, anything that holds a liquid. Some of the issues we're running into are cross-contamination.
Those signs explain what should go where. Food and other trash often contaminate recycling bins.
A lot of the material that can be recycled or should be recycled doesn't get recycled, either from lack of knowledge where it should be put, or just perhaps people just don't, they want to get rid of it, and so it goes in the first place they see. A garbage can's the first place they see, so they throw it in. So one of the challenges we're facing is how to increase the amount of recycled material that currently the campus generates but isn't getting recycled, that's going to the landfill.
If we had different colored containers, then it'd be more obvious that it's a recycling bin and not a trash bin, and then kids would be more careful of where they put their trash.
Knowing the difference between trash and recycling will make all the difference for those at the recycling center. With these obstacles thrown into the sorting process, employees and volunteers say they work hard to keep the recycling system going.
It's just an ongoing process, and we're always looking for ways to improve and get more recycled materials, make people more conscious about it, and look for new opportunities to keep reducing and reusing.
Next time you throw something away, make sure you check which bin it's going into.
We'll be back Tuesday with your ATV News.
Thanks for watching.